from the Grand Depart for the Tour de France in Bilbao. Welcome to the GCN Show.
Welcome to the GCN Show.
Coming up this week, the UCI are going to implement their toughest rule to date. What is it and why do we agree with it?
We've also got stacks of stories from the Tour de France, including Tadej Pogacar trolling, Adam Yates' dog, and the most bling bike in the Tour history.
Plus, a little extra.
Such a loser. This week in the world of cycling, we learned that AI has made it into e-bikes.
Yes, the new Utopia has an integrated chatbot, ChatGPT, which can help you with... Well, it's not entirely clear what it can help you with, to be honest. Perhaps just a reminder of why you bought an e-bike.
I am an AI language model designed to assist and provide helpful responses to your inquiries. How may I assist you today?
My word, up there with squeaking chains for levels of annoying, that.
Yes, it is. We also learned this week that Sai isn't afraid to ask awkward questions to pro cyclists.
Adam, this sounds like quite a personal question, but could I see your Wahoo?
For sure, you can see whatever you want.
Could have gone either way, that question, couldn't it? But do stay tuned to GCN on Friday to find out exactly what he had to say. Now, we also learned this week just who Victor Lafay is, thanks to a textbook stage win at the Tour de France. This is how to launch an attack.
According to his power data, which he uploaded to Strava, he averaged 419 watts for nearly 20 minutes up the main climb of the day, the Ijsgebel. But his winning move only required a perfectly timed 426 watts for 90 seconds.
Dreamy. That is how you do it, isn't it? Now, incidentally, while Pogacar finished third on the same stage, I noticed that he did get 116 trophies on Strava, including the Ijsgebel KOM, which he sprinted bloody hard for. Look.
Well, you don't often get time bonuses with your KOM, do you?
You don't, actually, no. Now, Lafay's stage victory marked the end of a 15-year drought at the Tour de France for long-standing French team Cofidis. 15 years.
Wow.
However, down in Italy, it was very much business as usual for Annemiek van Vleuten, who took control of the Giro Donne on stage 2, taking the leader's jersey with a solo victory that marked her 100th career win.
Back to the Tour de France now, and Paul Wout van Aert was agonisingly close to a stage win, sprinting to second place just metres behind Lafay. He banged his bars in frustration as he crossed the line, but apparently he wanted to throw some more toys out the pram, so he threw his water bottle as well.
Yeah, I know. Wow, it's always struck me as a bit of a cool customer, so that kind of surprised me. Clearly, though, missing out on a Tour stage win is a bit annoying.
A little bit.
Yeah, it seems like it surprised Tadej Pogacar as well, Wout van Aert's reaction, because we actually saw him doing a Wout van Aert impression for the benefit of his teammate and the yellow jersey wearer Adam Yates. Much to Yates' amusement as well, by the look of it.
He's easily pleased. He even laughed at your Wahoo joke as well, didn't he, Si?
Well, yeah, that's probably a fair point. Right then, anyone who has watched the Netflix series Tour de France Unchained will know that the producers there tried to create a little bit of friction between Van Aert and Vingegaard last year. Some might say they artificially created some friction, but still.
Yeah, it seems like they might have their wish for season 2. And what is it that they say, life imitates art?
Life imitates art, yeah, or life imitates Van Aert, maybe?
That was terrible.
It is, yeah,
Didn't
sorry.
even make sense, that one.
No, it didn't actually, did it? Right, apologies. Finally, we also learned this week that the UCI are looking to implement a new rule.
Another one.
Another new rule, but this will be the toughest rule ever.
Can't be worse than rule 1.3.033, can it?
You mean socks and overshoes used in competition may not rise above the height defined by half the distance between the middle of the lateral malleolus and the middle of the fibular head?
I think it's that one, yeah.
Yeah, well, worse even than that, okay? So in an exclusive interview with Cycling Weekly, UCI President David Lepartin has said that he is going to ensure that all World Tour teams are carbon neutral by 2030 and their licenses will be granted only to those teams who comply.
It seems like a long way away, but they will need to cut emissions by 50% in just 4 years' time. Furthermore, it's not just by offsetting by planting forests of trees every year. Le Partillon wants a meaningful change.
That's right, yeah. And you know what? Fair play UCI. I think this sounds like a great move. It's going to be really tough for teams to do, given that the current model of professional cycling involves flying around the world. Even I noticed last week at the Tour, like having diesel generators running 24/7 at races, the army of buses and trucks and cars, and then even helicopter flights for riders at races.
Who's having helicopter flights?
There were a bunch of them at the Giro, weren't there? The UCI wanted to ban them as well, to be fair. But let's face it, I think we're all going to be facing some really tough choices. I mean, even if we're currently dodging those tough choices. And so, frankly, it is great to see the UCI leading from the front.
Yes, definitely. Teams will be audited by an independent body to make sure they are complying and not just greenwashing. But what will it do to the sport?
Well, honestly, I don't really know, actually.
No.
Because the actual racing bit that we love is pretty carbon neutral, right? The bicycle bit. And then all the infrastructure around it, like how we watch it, like helicopters at races.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot to change, isn't there? But fundamentally, the bit that we all love is good for the environment.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully...
Maybe the Tour de France will be self-supported.
Yeah, basically we're going to have the Transcontinental, aren't we?
Yeah.
And everyone's just going to be recording it on GoPros.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll basically just go back, 70 years or something?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think it'd be great. I like Transcontinental, so yeah,
it's cool.
Let's go for it. Now, it's got to be said that I don't actually know what the carbon footprint of a professional cycling team is, but you would think that air travel is probably the biggest, wouldn't
Definitely.
you? Followed by all the mobile infrastructure, like we're talking about, like the buses and trucks and things like that. You just hope that when they're making the audit, or maybe you do hope, in fact, that they don't take the sponsors into account, because otherwise UAE, Bahrain, Ineos, pretty screwed, aren't they, really?
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think down in the comment section below.
That's right, yeah. Is it good for cycling, or is it something that you don't think the team's going to be able to comply with? Get involved in the comment section down below.
It's now time for hack/bodge.
That's right. First up, we got this one from Shalrath. Permanent solution. I saw this at the local supermarket. Seems like it's probably not the most comfortable solution, but that the owner has attempted to make it permanent. What do you think they're looking at there? Is that the seat?
I'm guessing it's the seat, like, wrapped onto the frame.
With bubble wrap, maybe?
Bubble wrap might be quite comfy, actually.
Maybe it is, yeah. To be fair, the brakes leave something to be desired. Have you ever used rod brakes before?
I have not.
They are really, really bad.
They don't look very comfortable.
No, not much modulation going on. Not much modulation. But, funny enough, when cable-actuated rim brakes first came out, a lot of people still were like, rod brakes for the win.
Really?
Yeah, they said there was a giant conspiracy that cable-activated rim brakes was just a conspiracy from the bike industry designed to sell more bikes.
Oh.
But, lo and behold, we moved on eventually. That's just a massive bodge, isn't it? Clearly. What do you reckon?
Yeah, 100% bodge.
Go on then.
I think everybody else agrees, because that one was an 80% bodge.
Well, there you go. Yeah, most people did agree. Well, thank you very much for sending that one in. UK cyclist 12345. I wonder who the 12,344th UK cyclist is. But anyway, oh my word, what is this? You can fix anything with duct tape and a lollipop stick. You can fix anything with duct tape. I'm not sure whether lollipop sticks fix
I
everything.
think that is genius.
Yeah, so
I think that's really good.
I do too, yeah. First day riding France, end to end, via Mont Ventoux with camping gear. My jawbreakers snapped. Took me until the Loire Valley to fix them, and it worked a treat. So there you go. Duct tape and a lollipop stick. I would not have thought you could fix a pair of Oakleys with a lollipop stick.
The only thing that the lollipop stick is quite thick, so you might have your glasses on a wonk a little bit, but at least you have glasses.
Yeah. What I also like is that UK cyclists said that they left their jawbreakers at Tom Simpson's memorial on the summit of Mont Ventoux. So that's kind of cool, isn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah, I like that.
And that one was 59% hack.
I'll give it a hack as well.
I thought it was going to be more.
It's a roadside hack, that one. And because they left it at the top of Mont Ventoux, it qualifies as a roadside hack.
Yeah.
If they were still using them now, I'd say that's a bodge.
Probably get them fixed.
Well, I don't know, that's a good point. someone's probably nicked them from the top of Mont Ventoux,
Yeah,
and then
gone now.
they've gone and fixed them. Right, next up, who we got?
Big Mike Bush, or Bosch. The flower beds needed a good soak-in, so rigged up the bike repair stand as a watering jig.
Like what you've done there.
Yeah, saves you standing there for hours with the hose pipe.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Although, do you think you need to like move the jig quite regularly? Because otherwise you're just
Yeah.
going to soak one plant, aren't you?
If you could get it to just,
Swing around.
yeah, that'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I guess you could go out there every few minutes, just turn it a little bit.
I mean, technically, you could probably buy a sprinkler for not much money. But
Yeah,
I suppose
true.
they're not directional, are they?
They're probably
So-
the same amount of money as a bike stand, let's be honest.
True, and at least then you get a nice bike repair stand.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably a hack,
Yeah, I'd go hack as well.
as long as there's not a hosepipe ban where you live.
True,
So, yeah.
that'd be naughty.
Well, yeah, quite a lot of people supporting that one for a
Yeah.
hack, aren't they?
Yeah, 83% hack.
83%, that is really good. Right, and then we're going to finish up with this one from Alexandre Porto, a Garmin aid for people with hearing loss. So Alexandre says that a friend of his uses a Garmin Varius, that's like the radar that faces backwards and alerts you when there are cars coming up. But they're hard of hearing, so they can't actually hear the alerts from the Garmin head unit. So here's some technical stuff for you. I executed a test intercepting the audio from the buzz and creating external P2 audio plug so that he can connect any JBL speaker available to amplify the volume of the alert.
That's cool.
It is super cool, isn't
Yeah.
it? And now they're developing an Arduino Nano box to extend the Garmin Edge capabilities for people that need help. So there we go. That's super cool, isn't
That's
it?
really cool.
Yeah, Alexandre's even stuck their email address in for anyone with a hearing impairment who wants some help. So that's super cool, isn't it?
What a nice guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a hack from me.
It has to be a hack. That one was 87% hack.
How is that not 100% hack?
I know. A little bit disappointed in
Yeah,
that.
what miserable person has voted that a bodge? The same miserable person probably that's in cycling shorts in just a minute. But anyway, we'll come on to that next.
And now it's time for cycling shorts.
It is now time for cycling shorts, so we're going to start with a little bit of news. Lidl. Get it?
Such a loser.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
As many of you know, the UCI Cycling World Championships are coming to Glasgow this year, and that's where all cycling disciplines will be competing for a rainbow jersey. It is going to be a really big deal for Scotland, and to celebrate, customers at a Lidl supermarket in Inverness, and Lidl are actually one of the official partners of the World Championships, they are actually going to be giving away free bike checks.
Yeah, how
which
cool is
really
this?
cool.
So fully qualified mechanics apparently going to be there and available to give safety checks on bikes, do some maintenance fixes, and even give out advice.
Lidl are clearly in it all for pro cycling now, and if you have been watching the racing over on GCN Plus recently, you might have noticed Trek have had Lidl come on board as their new sponsor. And we all know that when teams have new sponsors on board, it means new fancy kit.
Yeah, I rate this new kit actually. It's got to be said. I think, as in most teams, the Lidl Trek women's team looks far cooler than the guys' team. But even the guys' team is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I think I'd rate that. And not only have they got new cycling kit, they've also got brand spanking new paint jobs on their bikes as well. 8 different paint jobs, in fact. But this one, Mads Pedersen's, takes the biscuit. Check this bad boy out.
How bling is that? I want one. 100% the coolest bike in the pro peloton.
Would you ride that though?
Yeah.
Like
why wouldn't you?
around the leafy streets of Bath, you'd ride that bike.
Yeah, why not?
Would you?
Yeah, would you not?
You're way cooler than me. No, I'll be like, no, I can't possibly ride that. It's far too showy.
Really?
Yeah, maybe if I lived in Miami or something. It doesn't feel. It's not very me. Had like a
Yeah,
black
true.
bike.
It's not very you, is it? No. Coming to think of it now.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, right. I did actually manage. I might not be able to ride it. I did manage to get my hands on that particular bike at the Grand Depart of the Tour de France. So if you want to know more about it and Mads Pedersen's bike, we've got an in-depth pro bike coming to the Tech channel this week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We've also got Pogacar's super pimped out lightweight Colnago. We've got Vingegaard's 1x Aero Cervelo S5 and Ben O'Connor's new prototype BMC as well.
Got it all. Talking of the Tour de France, we spotted this over on Twitter from pro Lilian Kalmajan from the Intermarché team, where he uploaded a video of his front tyre after one of the stages, and it is covered in tacks.
Yeah. Some not very nice humans, have they?
No.
The kind of person that votes bodge on a Garmin with people with hearing impediments. Anyway, they've taken it upon themselves to throw a whole load of tacks on the road. So not only could that ruin someone's race by causing a puncture, and it did cause a whole load of punctures, but it even caused crashes as well. Apparently, Robert Kieselowski from Astana broke his collarbone in a crash caused by the tacks.
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen in races before, and I just don't understand why anybody would want to do that. You know, some riders spend months, years, prepping for this race, and then their actions have gone and spoilt it and caused broken bones.
Yeah. That really does suck, doesn't it? So anyway, I'm sure those people are not watching the GCN show, but
If they are,
anyway.
we're coming for you.
Yeah, you heard. Wow, crikey.
Too much?
You meant that as well. No, I think it's absolutely fine. Right, next up in Cycling Shorts, Susan Granger from Australia has been in touch to let us know about one of her colleagues, Andrew Kerrick, who has just started an epic challenge riding 6,820 kilometres across Australia from the most westerly point to the most easterly point on gravel. So Andrew is raising money for people who have spinal injuries, and he has estimated it's going to take him about 65 days.
A truly epic challenge. So good luck, Andrew. And if you want to track his progress, we will leave a link to that in the description below.
We will indeed. We also want to give a quick shout out to Stuart Moss as well. So he is the guy who lent us his amazing giant MCR for a video fairly recently. But he's also spearheading some amazing work to help sufferers of motor neurone disease.
Employees of EE and Rolls-Royce rode 100 kilometres from Manchester to Derby here in the UK to raise money and also awareness for some groundbreaking and free new voice banking technology to help people living with MND. So, well done, guys.
Yeah, if you want to check out that voice banking technology, by the way, then iwillalwaysbeme.com is the place. And as we said, it's now free as well, which is amazing. It's like a collaboration, I think, between some really big tech brands that have managed to get that to work.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Right, some news from here at GCN now, and we are delighted, like genuinely delighted to welcome Strava on board as a GCN partner. And we've all been using it for years anyway, haven't we?
Yes,
but
we have.
if you're not already a member of the GCN Strava Club, then make sure you get involved.
Yes, definitely. Now, we're going to finish on the last bit of Tour de France news for now anyway, and we couldn't not mention this.
No, Adam Yates is not the only one in the yellow jersey.
Now, could this be the coolest dog out there? This is Adam's very fluffy pooch, Zoe. How cute is she? Maybe she can be the new mascot for UAE team.
To be fair, I don't think they've got a mascot currently, so yeah, makes
I
sense.
saw her go onto the bus with the riders as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's
Very
kind of
cute.
sweet, isn't it? Very calming as well. No wonder there's a good vibe in that team at the moment.
I'm guessing Zoe wasn't at the Grand Depart when you went out.
I didn't see Zoe,
I think
unfortunately.
she definitely deserves to be in a video.
Yeah, probably. I wonder whether Wout van Aert might need a dog just to help him calm down.
Yeah, just like a therapy.
So yeah, although to be fair, as we film this, we're about to finish not one but two sprint stages of the Tour de France before you
Yes.
see this. So he's probably already racked up 2 more victories since then, hasn't he?
True.
It's time now for Caption Competition, that part of the show where you get a chance to get your hands on a coveted GCN Elite bottle. And not just a coveted GCN Elite bottle, but a super coveted yellow limited edition GCN Elite bottle. I mean, technically these are available in small quantities in the GCN shop, but this is the one opportunity you've got to get a free one.
Do you reckon that would go well with Mads Pedersen's bike?
I think the beauty of Mads Pedersen's bike is that pretty much everything will go with it. Apart from green, actually. But we've never done a green GCN bottle,
No.
as far as I can remember. Anyway, we've digressed. It's caption competition, okay? So all you need to do is put a witty caption in the comment section down below that relates to a photo we'll give you just shortly. But for now, we'll do results, as always. This was the photo we gave you last week. Manon, who's the winner?
So the winner is Austin J8335 with the caption, Remco was hands down the strongest rider in this year's Belgium National Championships.
Nice.
See what we did there?
Yeah, very good, very good. Right then, this is the photo for this week.
Very serious.
Very serious indeed. Shall I give this one a nudge?
Go on.
The age of pro cyclists is getting younger and younger. It's pretty poor, isn't it?
I think he looks more like a DS. I reckon he could be given the orders on the side of the road.
Oh,
Move
good
up.
shout. What are you doing? Wow! Second place is rubbish.
Pathetic.
Something like that. Anyway, a bit for you to get your teeth stuck into. Stick your caption in the comment section down below. We will pick a winner next week. And if you are... Who is the person that won? Austin. Get in touch, Austin, and we will send you your yellow GCN Elite water bottle.
It's now time for comments of the week, and we've picked out some of the comments that you've been leaving underneath our videos in the past week. And what's the first one that we've got, Simon?
Well, starting with ultra long distance cycling tips. So Mark Beaumont and I sat down for a long overdue chat to find out some of his secrets. Jesus Pascual Camino said, "What a legend." I think he meant Mark, didn't he? His grounded, down-to-earth approach. Maybe it was me. No, it was Mark. I loved when he ditched all the positive thinking fad as rubbish. Keeping it real is so much more important. Thanks for sharing and kudos. And yeah, very true, actually. A lot of absolute gold from Mark. Also, don't forget that Mark has co-authored 2 books for GCN, hasn't he?
Yep.
One about endurance, which, you know,
He knows a thing or two about.
And then also psychology as well, where he teamed up with his long-time psychologist. So yeah, if you want more gold from Mark, that's how to get it. Yeah.
Next up, everything you need to know about the Tour de France. HF Vid Shots commented, "The most confusing thing about finding it is on the telly." Do you know about GCN Plus?
Oh yeah, I think you've
Where
done
have
something
you
wrong
been?
there.
Very easy to find it on there.
That's right.
Yeah.
GCN App, jump on it. So there you
Racing.
go. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we haven't got global rights, so it might be that you live in New Zealand, in which case you can't currently watch the
We'll
Tour
let
de
you
France
off.
through the GCN app. But anyway, yeah, check it out anyway. There's so much racing on GCN Plus. Underneath, how does Tadej Pogacar train for the Tour de France? I sat down with his coach, Inigo San Milan, and he is amazing, that guy.
You guys are like best friends now, aren't you?
Oh, I wish. He's like, yeah, he's a cool guy, and he knows a lot of stuff as well. Yeah. Anyway, it was super cool. Crapilano Fridge 7745. That's a username, isn't it?
That is one hell of a username.
Incredibly insightful. One of the best breakdowns ever. Much appreciated, Inigo. So that's cool. And then CLR Burke 9108. All the usernames today. I see Inigo. I click. He provides great insight in every interview. He does. He goes really sciencey, but he makes it approachable.
Understandable.
Exactly, for everyone. And then lastly, Gary Bird 8646. You won't stumble across many vids with this level of knowledge on YouTube. So well done, GCN. So yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah,
Thanks for acknowledging it, Gary.
Everybody loved that video, didn't they?
It is, yeah.
So another video was World's Best Climber versus Epic Tour de France Climb. And this is a video where we took Illy Gardner, one of the best climbers in the world.
8,000 QOMs to her name, isn't she?
8,060 actually. Well, actually, it's probably more by now.
Yeah. With that strike rate.
Yeah.
Rides bike. Gets QOM.
Basically, she went and rode the Tourmalet in France and she got the QOM up it. But if you want to watch the video.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you want to go. Maybe she didn't get it. But underneath that video, Big Z76, Ollie would be crying watching Ali riding up with a parachute flapping in the wind. Amazing effort, though.
I did notice that gilet. Quite big, wasn't it? I reckon that's probably about 2 minutes.
In her defence, I was there and it was a little bit drizzly at the bottom and a little bit cold. And when she got going, it did get quite hot. But maybe, yeah, she didn't want to take it off when she was riding. But imagine if she didn't have it on.
Yep.
Maybe it was tactical. Maybe she didn't want to smash it by too much. So she...
True, yeah.
back
That's
in it,
it.
yeah.
Leave yourself with something else to do. Schwa4203. I'd love to see Eiley Gardner and Andrew Feather riding together. Can you imagine how fast they'd be?
I think we should get that. Make that a video.
I think we should make that happen, shouldn't we? That would be absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And another comment from JMag616. Size worst nightmare apart from the climb. If we can just get the cows on screen.
Oh my goodness. I mean, admittedly, I've been up Col de Tourmalet. I'm fortunate enough to climb it quite a few times over the years. Those cows are actually not that scary.
I think they're very, very used to cyclists.
They are, yeah. They're quite docile, aren't they? I mean, you've got to be a bit careful coming down in case one jumps out at you. I think I saw a video on GMBN where some mountain biker got completely totaled by a cow going down a hill the other day. Anyway, but yeah, no, that would be pretty gnarly, wouldn't it?
It would. But if you have watched that video and you've been inspired to ride the Tourmalet, but you don't live in France and you can't go out on a cycling holiday, well, you can actually ride that climb on Zwift on a portal. So they have a Tourmalet portal where you can pretty much ride the climb.
Yes,
Really
this
cool.
is a new thing from Zwift, isn't it? So the way the climb looks is really different to your typical Zwift, like virtual reality scenery. But basically what they've done is replicate the exact climb so that your trainer recreates it.
Yeah.
This is really well described, isn't it? I'm absolutely flying. Anyway, if you want to get onto a portal, then you can either find it in the world, so you can click on it via routes, or there is literally a portal in games. There's one in Watopia on the Volcano circuit, and there's another one in France, apparently. And Zwift have said that they're going to rotate the climbs in the portal. So it's currently the Col de Tourmalet, which is perfect because the Tour de France Femme avec Zwift is going out the Tourmalet, isn't it? In a few weeks. But then, yeah, they'll flip it. So I don't know what's coming next, but that'd be kind of exciting.
Yeah. Let us know what time you do up there and see if you can beat Eileen.
Eileen will be faster because her gilet won't slow her down in virtual reality,
That's
will
true,
it?
yeah.
So there you go. Right then, what is coming up on GCN over the next week, I hear you ask? On Wednesday, it's how to fit and get your cleats in the right place.
A very important one, actually.
Super important, isn't it? Thursday, weird things that you didn't know about the Tour de France. Friday is that video where we get to all look at Adam Yates's Wahoo.
And on Saturday, we've got Blake races on the road. So Blake, the mountain biker over on GMBN, comes over and he has a go at some road racing over on a circuit race.
With Team GCN doing his lead out. Oh, yes.
And on Sunday, we've got Can We Survive a Matthew Van Der Poel training session?
The answer is we don't know yet because I'm actually yet to do the training session. His coach, Matthew Van Der Poel's coach, Tom, has given me one of his hardest sessions. And, well, yeah, I've literally got no idea.
Do you know what the training session looks like?
I do.
How bad?
It's really bad. So, like, it's not super duper long. It's only 4 hours long.
What? 4 hours?
4 hours long, yeah. I mean, I figured it could
I
be
thought it was
worse.
going to be a turbo session.
Ha! No, 4 hours. I'm not allowed to stop for coffee. Literally explicitly said no. Even though I'm pretty sure Van Der Poel stops for coffee every 5 minutes. But anyway, there we go. So yeah, stay tuned on Sunday to find out what that session is and then also whether or not it's possible for us lot to do.
It's basically going to be 20 minutes of size suffering like a dog.
Yeah, basically. No, we've got an interview with Tom as well, so you get a bit of insight as well as me suffering like a dog. Suffering like an actual dog, not Adam Yates's like mascot, because that dog doesn't look like it suffers very much.
It's too cute to suffer.
Yeah, exactly. Unlike me, unfortunately. Right, what else have we got on GCN? Well, of course, as mentioned, GCN Plus, we have got the Tour de France. We've also got the Giro d'Année, which is going on this week too. So don't miss that. That is going to be an epic too. And then, weirdly, we've got the BMX Racing French National Championships, which I've noticed in the schedule, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
love watching, I guess we always watch like track and road, cyclocross, but BMX is a little bit different. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Don't forget as well, we had the mountain bike World Cup at the weekend. So I was flipping between Tour de France and mountain bike. Yeah, that was cool. And then documentary for you for this week is How to Climb Like a Pro. So Alec Briggs basically just got tips from all the masters. He spoke to Andrew Feather, he spoke to Ashley Moorman-Passio, he spoke to Dan Martin on a quest to make him a better climber. So
I
make
think
sure
I
you
need
check that
some
one
of
out.
those tips.
I think we all need to see those tips,
Yeah.
don't we, really? Right. I think that's it, isn't it?
I think we've covered everything.
Yeah. I think, and perfect timing, actually, because I'm pretty sure there's about 2K to go on the Tour de France. So if you don't mind us, we
Oh,
I missed it!
Missed it. Rewind, you can rewind it though.
Yeah, I can. Hang on a minute. 4K. We'll watch with 4K to go.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Make sure you get involved in the comment section about that new UCI rule. Be super interested to hear your thoughts. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Scrub forward. I don't think.